The rabble of the EDL vaporised, but they persevered. They later wanted to stage a protest against the Quds March, or whatever it's called, QUDS, in Trafalgar Square. They wanted to protest the pro-Palestinian march, which was attended by no few volatile Muslims, not to mention radical leftists, who have got massive chips on their shoulders about Israel's right to exist.
Interjection. I think you'll find if you look at the situation objectively, you'll discover that Israel doesn't really have much of a right to exist. It only started in 1948, mate, and it was the brainchild of the United States. Those bloody troublemakers again. And that is underlined when you consider the fact that Israel has found itself constantly in conflict with the Muslims living all around them, mate. These bloody Jews have got to get one thing straight in their bloody heads. When the original Jews had what was Israel nicked off them by the Muslims, they lost it forever. Bearing in mind that it was such a long time ago that it happened, you might as well just let bygones be bygones. And I can promise you that the Palestinians are going to fight with all their might to uphold that fine principle.
Anyway, the pro-Palestinian march was going to take place at Marble Arch, after having been moved there after the Greater London Assembly decided to let the original anti-Palestinian march go ahead. Now, a sizable proportion of left-wing people and Muslims also gathered, trying to cause trouble, and the outnumbered EDL slunk away after they realised that it wouldn't quite be a fair fight. Fair fight as in they should win hands down without much effort.
Another defeat for the far right, mate. I shall strut across the constituency office in triumph.
Stop goose-stepping.
Goose-stepping? This isn't a goose step, mate. That all goes to prove how ignorant you are.
Yeah, you're the bloody fascist. You're the bloody...
No, this, I think you'll find, is the way the guards outside the Kremlin used to march. They used to go, they had their rifles slung over like that, and they were just protecting the Kremlin from the outside influences of the public. Yeah, we can't lose. Never mind about all that.
The EDL is a nasty piece of work, and as I said before, I've got no time for it. But there is one small plus in the troublemaking caused by these hooligans, is the fact that they're showing up as clear as glass more than ever before. The brutal supremacist anger and intolerance of those they stand against. It's about time the police started making a few more arrests to keep the peace. Well, that is if there were enough of them to keep the events properly policed.
Oh yes, blame the police, It's not up to the likes of you to blame the police for every little thing, it's up to people in Labour. Because only we're allowed to scapegoat the police because we're in power, and so therefore have got the relevant moral authority.
Tosser.
Yeah, it has. If you should blame anybody, you should do what we in the left say and blame the Greater London Authority for allowing the anti-Palestinian marchers to come to London in the first place. I don't believe it. Boris Johnson! It is not your place as Mayor of London to allow all kinds of rabble to march around the place, cluttering up London. Spouting their bigotry and fighting? Oh no, mate, and it is your place to continue grovelling to the Muslims and patronising absolutely everybody in London by telling them that they've got a lot to learn from Islamic values. This is why we in Labour always want to try and force things like Sharia law. Well, it's anything to promote peace.
Dickhead.
Oh, dickhead am I, dickhead. If we in Labour had actually set out to proscribe and ban the EDL, then, well, Britain would be a lot better place.
Well, only if we ban the other yobs and thugs on the other side.
Well, that'd be a step too far, mate. Because don't you know that the likes of seething Muslims and ranting extremists are only counter-rioting for the forces of tolerance, freedom, equality and diversity? You'll only be driving the wrong forces underground, mate.